Right?
Okay.
Yeah. He's Abdul. Yeah. He's Roop Singh. Good afternoon, friends. This is Sanjay Agrawal. I'm at the International Solar Alliance. So we just had the president of the ISA, and the member countries are here. He's from the Republic of Malawi, and he has made his presentation today after the president. So we want you to speak in your local language first, wishing your countrymen, and then you can talk in English about what exactly you understand, today, sir.
Dzina langa ndine Ibrahim Matola, ndine nduna yang'ana mphamvu za magetsi ndi mafuta kuchokera ku dziko la Malawi. Ine ndithokoze State President Dr. Lazarus Makatha Chakwera pondisankha ine kukhala nduna yawo, komanso kuti masomphenya awo ndapitise patsogolo monga ngati nkhani za mphamvu za magetsi. Izizi zimene takambirana kuno, ndithokoze bungwe la International Solar Alliance kutipasa mwayi woti tikhale nawo pa mkumano umenewu ndikumayang'ana kusanthula zoti tingathandize mayiko athu. Monga ngati ku Malawi, International Solar Alliance atithandiza kuti tikhale ndi mphamvu za magetsi kuchokera ku solar, kudzuwa pa parking ya ku parliament phase 1. Phase 2 ndi zimene tipite patsogolo ndikupanga parliament yonse kuti ikhale ndi mphamvu za magetsi. Izizi ndikuthokoza kwa state president athu komanso ndi president a International Solar Alliance for tipasa mwayi kuti tikhale mu mkumano umenewu wa mayiko osiyanasiyana. Let me thank first and foremost the International Solar Alliance presidency and the entire assembly for giving us as a country, Malawi. My name is Ibrahim Matola, Minister of Energy from Malawi. Malawi falls under southern part of Africa, bordering Tanzania in the north and the east, bordering with the Mozambique, and in the west, bordering Zambia. It is a land-linked country. However, the issues of electricity, Africa very soon will be exporting power to the Europe because we have the existing structures which we call the power pool. Malawi is connected to Southern Africa power pool, where Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and South Africa, and will be exporting into Tanzania because we have signed a few months ago the agreement between Malawi and Tanzania. So Tanzania is already in the Eastern Africa, and the Eastern Africa power pool, it goes up to Ethiopia, and then Ethiopia, it will be feeding in the northern Africa, where there is Egypt, Sudan, and Algeria. And on the other side, Tanzania will be feeding into DRC Congo, and Congo will be feeding into Congo Brazzaville, and then it goes on and on to Togo, Mali, Ghana, Nigeria, and then up to Morocco. Then Morocco is feeding already into Italy. So Africa will be trading in power, and very soon. But what we need is that first and foremost, when you look at China, because some people were asking about China, when you look at China 40 years ago, China was like Malawi. But because they invested a lot in technology, that's what we need as African countries and also International Solar Alliance members to invest a lot and to change our curriculum. Time has gone where we need to change our curriculum by investing a lot and putting more emphasis on education, on science and technology, rather than spending most of our time teaching our children what is the highest mountain in Africa, which one is the highest mountain in East Asia, Himalaya. That cannot even change anything. People should move with the technology and what is the advance which is going today. For example, here in India, you have tried to invest a lot in the energy sector. The technology is moving. So putting more money in the education sector in advance of the technology. That will make our countries to change, because energy is the driver of the economy. You can't talk about health without energy. You can't talk about smart agriculture without energy. You can't talk about food security. You can't talk about value addition. You can't talk about industry without energy. Energy is the catalyst of all what we are talking about here. Let me thank the International Solar Alliance for this sixth session that we are discussing about giving access to electricity to the most vulnerable people. We need to save our women, those who are spending most of the time inhaling the smoke, the soot, and yet we are not talking about the pulmonary diseases which are affecting our girls and our women who are spending most of the time preparing the meal. But when we go into this, these are the renewable energy, smart green energy.
So it's very nicely you put on the health issues as well. Lastly, when we talked about our president, the power minister, he talked about the great finance. So how do you think, like, who's going to be coming? Are you going to look forward for finance from India?
I've mentioned during the plenary
Yes, sir.
that when you look at education sector, there are Abuja declaration, Dakar declaration. When you look at the health sector, there are declarations and the commitments which member states make at a particular declaration
Yes,
session,
yes.
meetings. But this is now the time where ministers of energy and ministers of finance should come together and find mechanism of saying to this year's budget should go on energy generation. Once it's done like that, we are going to have the ownership rather than waiting the G20s to support us. But as ourselves, as member states, we should show a commitment that in this year's national budget, we are spending 30%, 40% in energy generation. The way we do in agriculture, the way we do in education, we spend a certain percentage because of the declarations which are made there. And I would like to see ourselves in the future sessions of International Solar Alliance. We make commitments as member states of putting aside our national budget in order to promote the solar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a warm stay in India, sir.
Thank you very much. And it was nice meeting you.
Yes, sir. Same, sir.